Uh, all right, let's continue on. The next subject we're going to show all you women are like, scree, a ree, ree. And when I'm young, I want to make my money, and then where all the good men go after you made your career. We don't give a about that. You're going to have to end up lowering your standards. Like, you're struggling to find men that make as much money to do. The more money you make, because you don't want men to make less money, and that's just a statistical fact, whether you want to fucking admit it or not. It's fucking reality. You don't want the men below that. And I mean, it's reasonable. There's a lot of more, like we just read, there's a lot more risk involved with a relationship into you. Yeah, so you should want a man that can take care of you and whatnot. Though you should base that on facts and not feelings, and realize that, like, just because he makes less than you doesn't mean he can't do that.
Winning?
No.
You suck!
I mean, it all depends on how much he fucking makes. But and you're more masculine when you're in that frame anyway, because it naturally puts you in the leadership role. And men don't want that crap. We just want peace and femininity.
How dare you!
But yeah, here, let's get into this article, because women are struggling to find men that make as much money as they do, because like that lowers you're already, like, because of that you're making less money, and there's a lot of men are failing, like lots of men are failing.
Winning?
No.
You got fucking your limited pool here, right? And then that limited pool, we want young, attractive ass, and you're no agreeable ass, and you're no longer young or attractive ass, and you may or may not be agreeable, and because it usually takes unagreeable people to reach that level of success. So they're not. Yeah, most of those men don't want you anyway, which makes your pool even of available, eligible, willing men even smaller. But that is reality. You have all the power when you're young, but once you're around 30 or whatever, that all goes to men, and that's not like patriarchy or whatever. That's just natural. And this is the New York Post. A good man is hard to find, especially in this economy. The country is facing a crisis of broke dudes. Yeah, it's never fucking women's standards. It's never fucking women. It's always the men. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think these broke dudes are trash, because your value is measured in what value you make out of society, men. So if you're broke and you're not making any value out of society, and it doesn't, like, you don't even need to, like, have money to create status and value. There are other ways to, like, but if you're not creating something, you have no worth. That is just reality, men.
Winning?
No.
You got to level up. In the study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family, Cornell sociologists explored the Americans' decline in marriage rates that discovered a lack of financial eligible bachelors. There are shortages of economically attractive men, lead study author Daniel T. Litcher tells the Post. Although we like to think marriage is based on love, he says, it's also fundamentally an economic transaction, and women want the partners from whom they can call their equals. That just reminds me of the meme where the guy's down on the one lean. Will you please enter in this one-way government contract where you can fucking leave whenever you want and take half my shit?
Winning?
No.
Litcher, who has been studying marriage marriage is fucking, you're going to have to give up some concessions on that, ladies, if you really want to end up married later in life, because it's a raw deal for men, and men are irrational scientific creatures. They're going to, like, stop marrying you because of that.
How dare you!
Litcher has been studying marriage for 30 years, says that the big gig economy and a lack of good jobs has contributed to the death of well-to-do dudes. So has the fact that women are outpacing men educationally, upending the age-old dominance of the male breadwinner over the past 5 to 10 years. Now, in this case, that more highly educated women are marrying down, says Litcher, women are not marrying down. Women are not marrying down. They're not. The statistics don't show that. Women refuse to lower their standards. Men have to get with the program. Single New Yorker Gina Tobos has some theories of her own about the fella famine. I find it generally that dudes these days just do less across the board, says the nurse practitioner. We don't have to. You're giving the ass away for free. Why should we put in the work for your ass? Why should we pay those resources and time and education and commitment for that ass when you've given that ass to 50 people before me, and I can just come into the back burner and be like, and let me clap them cheeks, and I'm clapping cheeks and leaving. I choose you, Triggly Puff. You lowered the value of your ass. We just went over that. So, like, it is what it is.
How dare you!
I'm sorry that I'm being blunt. It is what it is. This is the one that's going to get us banned, fellas. The parents have coddled them and taken care of them, and they don't go out there and make more money. And that's kind of true. Each generation of men, our testosterone levels are lowering. There's like these fucking YouTubers or whatever, and I'm not gonna like blow up their names or whatever, but they're all like scrawny little dudes, and they were like, which one of us three is the fucking manliest of men? And they went in their testosterone checked, and they all have the fucking testosterone level of an 80-year-old man, and they're in like 18, 20, 22. They're like the fucking early 20s. Like, you need to go to a doctor, and you need to go to a doctor.
Winning.
Quick.
No.
I prescribe fucking gains in the gym. The 38-year-old Upper East Sider stresses that she's not looking for anything outrageous. Safety and security as far as finances go, but she's still coming up and end on empty on dates. She says it's because the men she goes out with don't feel the innate push to succeed that she does.
Winning. No. You suck.
Society's been telling women to do this, and women that do this are statistically the most unhappy human beings on earth. I think it's years that we've always been taking the role of society for granted, and I think that they're just getting lazy culturally, she says. Morgan Jordan is it's always the men's fault, right? I mean, men do got to level up, but it's you women got some blame too. Feminism, like, stop acting manly. You got to be what men want.
How dare you?
Men are not what you want, and you're. It's okay for you to voice that. But when men say you're not what we want, we're misogynist and blah blah. No. You got to be what men want too. This is fucking reality. I don't even consider myself all that successful. I just make a living wage and I'm comfortable, says the 32-year-old who lives in upstate South Carolina and recently paid off her student loans. But the majority of the guys she meets can't say the same. Come on, man, we gotta level up. Most men that I encounter, they're really underemployed and they can't seem to make a living themselves, she says, adding that many are widely in debt and intimidated by her stability. They're not intimidated by your stability. You're too masculine for them.
How dare you?
They give no f***s about your fucking money. Stop measuring yourself by masculine standards.
Winning. No. You suck.
You're unagreeable. That statement tells me all I need to know about your viewpoint. You are unagreeable, you are not feminine, and men don't want your ass.
You suck!
You can't, the men are afraid to tell you this because they're fucking simps and they want ass. I'm not a fucking simp. I've been dead, I've been to war, I've gotten ass, I'll fucking slave cheeks. I don't give no fucks anymore. I'm gonna tell you the motherfucking truth, and this is the motherfucking truth.
Winning.
We all fucking think this way. Don't let them fucking lie. Don't, like, if men tell you otherwise, they're fucking lying. Just lay them cheeks.
Winning.
You can't tell that some men really want to be the more traditional breadwinner, says Jordan. Boston single Jake Rivers get where they're coming from. My prospective partner's income is something I consider, says the 28-year-old who works as a staff caregiver at a group home. Being on the lower end myself only serves to feed insecurity. Graduate student Isaac Suarez says he's not turned off by a woman who meets business, but he has found that his relationships tend to last longer when he makes a similar amount as his partner. And you should check out Fresh and Fit. They bring all these women on all the motherfucking time, and they all want fucking the top 10% of dudes. That's why most of y'all are fucking virgins. I found that out myself, which is fucking, like, that is ridiculous. Get out there and level up and slay some fucking cheeks, guys, because, oh my god. Get out of the mom's basement, level the motherfucking life up, and slay some ass. This is fucking, this is a crisis.
Winning. No.
He's turned off by a woman who means business, but he has found that his relationship tends to last longer when he makes a similar amount as his partner. I have dated women with money, yes, he turned off by women who means you got to be feminine and agreeable and submissive women. That's what men want. And if you want men...
How dare you?
You have to give men what they want. Just like if men want you, they have to give you what you want. That's how it motherfucking works. That's how fucking winning was done. I have dated women with money, and full-time professional women tend to be busier, and it's more difficult to find the time to spend together, says the 26-year-old who lives in Portland, Oregon. Tribidoke said she knows it, not necessarily a guy's fault. If he's struggling financially, still given the circumstances, she had to desire a plan B for her future. And that's another reason. If men can tell when you have a plan B like that, that's a fucking red flag for us. You're either in it to win it, no matter what the risk is, or you're in it to the streets and you can move the on.
How dare you?
If Mr. Right doesn't come along soon, she may be stuck with some lady friends at a professional level. Maybe in a few years, we'll move in together. She says they're successful and I like them. You're gonna need some cats.
How dare you?
This is just the reality, ladies. Like I said, we're gonna be fucking savage. This one's gonna be a little bit longer. It's probably gonna go up a little later, but this is reality. You got to get them when they're young, and you got to submit to a man that let him lead you. You don't have to. You can do your own dreams in life or whatever, but you have to be feminine, agreeable, and bring value to his life, or you have no value outside your ass. So they're just gonna hit it and quit it. I'm just saying.